Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I just did something cool with my horror collection display. I took away the boxes so I could incorporate more characters along the shelf here. Some characters are custom made and they didn't have a box. So the werewolf from Dog Soldiers, for example, no box for him, so it didn't really work on this shelf because each one of these guys had their own individual box behind them. Nice artwork, just really sets off the pieces. But I wanted to incorporate more. I mentioned before how I wanted to try and include the original Alien as a, that's a horror icon to me. Space, sci-fi horror. And now we have the Predator as well, the original Jungle Hunter. Absolutely awesome piece. I mean, debatable whether that's a horror movie, but it certainly has horrific elements to it. People being skinned and their spines and skulls being ripped out. Pretty much counts as horror to me, action horror, whatever you want to call it. But we've even managed to squeeze in, even though he's not 1/6 scale, but he's still pretty damn big, the Necker Kessler Wolf from American Werewolf in London. And you got the Sota Toys mega scale pumpkin head. Absolutely awesome. Hopefully one day a 1/6 scale pumpkin head is made by one of the companies out there. But drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, follow me on Instagram at DKnight333. I hope you enjoyed this video as we take a look at the ultimate shelf of horror. Alright, so we'll just come over here and take a look at some of these iconic dudes. There's an excellent figure there. That's 2018 Myers. My favorite mask from the franchise. We've got a pretty sweet Jason here, holding a real metal machete. And that's made by Shadow Fergo on Instagram. But that's a cool looking piece. He looks really intense because I've got him looking up. You can see his eyes. It's the slideshow Jason's been weathered up. Speaking of, well, not so much weathering, but bloodying. That's the Trick or Treat Studios Art the Clown from Terrifier. Bloodied him up. Right, nice. It's an awesome piece. Art the Clown would have been taking up even more space on the shelf. I had to make some tough choices of things that I had to, exclude because there just wasn't enough room. So you got the clean Art the Clown over there and another 78 Myers and some other Myers figures that truly deserve to be on the shelf, but I couldn't have too many doubles of the same character. Even though there's loads of Myers. You got the Hobo from Halloween 2, and then you've also got another Halloween 2 custom Myers figure down here. That's huge. A head sculpt by One's Customs. It's an absolute beauty. And again, a real metal and wood knife by Shadow Fergo. Little retro cloth Chucky that's been buried in mud and bloodied up. There's that big one of a kind Art the Clown statue by Candlelight Corner on Instagram. Forget about it. Look at that thing. It's Ghostface. He also has a real metal knife made by Shadow Fergo. There ain't many knife wielding characters that aren't rocking the Fergo action right now. And that alien, look at that. He belongs up there, man. That is just one of the creepiest things ever put on film, and it's never been topped as far as the Alien franchise goes. Don't get me wrong, I love the Dog Alien, I love the Alien Warriors, I love everything from Aliens. The Alien Queen is just a thing to behold. But as far as just perfected it, they just got it right the first time. Look at the subtle, translucent kind of dome showing the kind of human-like skull, Kane's skull, alienized into that long, it's just nightmare-inducing. I love it. Even got his tail just kind of hanging over the edge of the shelf here. Yeah, that's the Hot Toys big chap alien from the original movie. Very hard to come by these days, and a lot of people hoping they'll do it again, including me, because this one's pretty old and pretty busted up, but he looks good on the shelf. Speaking of looking good on the shelf, there's the shape, the original shape. Absolutely perfect representation of the 78 Myers there. Let me just adjust this brightness a little bit. There you go. But even the stance, the hair, it's a beautiful piece. It's got the perfect jungle boots, really nice pumpkin. Actually, why don't I have the... I got a Beta Metallic pumpkin over here. Hang on a minute. Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah, I think we need to swap pumpkins, folks. Even though that one does look really nice. That comes with a, I think it's a Mezco Myers figure that you can get. But this is an old, very old Beta Metallic custom pumpkin. There we go. Let me just see if I can get that to... There we go. I'll take that and put it somewhere else. Yeah, that is a Sweet Myers. It's freaking perfect. Everything. There's 3-0 Leatherface. The original Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Added some blood to the chainsaw blade and the apron. It's a real savage looking piece. The Sideshow are doing this version soon now, so the arms are definitely better looking on this one. But I kind of prefer the sculpted hair on the one that's coming out soon. We've got the sculpted hair on the Sideshow here, and I just prefer it because you don't have to keep messing around with it. Stepping forward, raising the chainsaw, swinging it around, having some fun. And there's that Dog Soldier's Werewolf, folks. It's made by Bree Toons on Instagram. I only made 4. I've got one of them. That's my favourite horror movie of all time. Dog Soldiers. Never thought I'd have a 1/6 scale werewolf from that movie. Unbelievable. And I had to move some things around because this guy wasn't originally on this shelf. There wasn't space, but I managed to just inch everything in a little bit and get him in there because it has to be done. You have to have the evil version or the possessed version of Ash. If you've got him, you've got to use him, you know. And there's that custom werewolf from The Howling. One of the most terrifying werewolves ever put on film. It's made by Creep Customs. One of a kind, only one made. And did a little bit of work on it, darkened the fur, repainted the eyes, made the teeth look a little bit more wet and slimy. I bloodied them up a little bit as well. But it's an amazing piece. Really intense looking. Very glad to have this one. Blood. It's another one I never thought I'd have in the collection, but suddenly there it is. Just like the Dog Soldier's Werewolf. I mean, like, crazy, they both came along at pretty much the same time in my life. All those years of thinking it would never happen, and then suddenly, in the space of 2 weeks, it does. And there's that Predator, the original, which is still a fantastic looking piece. I mean, they nailed the look of the original Predator here. The eyes, the shape of the head, everything about it, man. It's just, I mean, obviously they paint it better now. This is an old piece. I think he still looks great. Got that moment frozen in time there when he roars back at Arnie after he calls him an ugly so-and-so. Beautiful piece. Well, you're thinking he should be taller. He's pretty damn tall, but I got him really kind of crouching bent. Well, not crouching, but his knees are clearly bent. He's a lot taller than that. But I'm glad he's up here. Feels like he belongs. And there's Ash Williams from Evil Dead 2. It's a fine looking piece. Very seamless looking figure. A great movie. And that's the Asmus. Everything's Asmus, I think, apart from the head sculpt, which is a copy of the Sideshow Collectibles head sculpt, their version of Ash. But it's a copy of it. I got on eBay very cheap. But it looks good. Looks very good. There's Freddy Krueger. You gotta have a Freddy. And hopefully one day there'll be more options in 1/6 scale for the Master of Dreams. That's a cool piece. I've got a custom sweater for him, but I switched it around because I wanted to just change it up a little bit. So he's got his Sideshow Collectibles sweater back on, but I do have a nice custom one. I like the way this one looks for now. And then you've got Pennywise with the head sculpt that I just much prefer out of the two that you get. They're both really good, but I love this expression and the big teeth. Weathered him up and fixed the collar. That's the Hot Toys Pennywise. There's Sam from Trick or Treat. Say hi to Sam. And there is the Hell Priest, Pinhead himself from Hellraiser. That's a really cool piece. And you've got the Hobo. And that's one of the absolute standout custom head sculpts. One's custom's probably his best. It's just ridiculously accurate. And then there's the, what do you call it? I just call it a hunting knife for now because the name's gone out of my head, but that's by Shadow Virgo as well. He's an amazing custom figure. And then we saw big old pumpkin head. And Kessler Wolf. But that is it. I think I've mentioned every figure on the shelf. I always have to show the side profile on the Dog Soldier's Werewolf because it's just so cool. I love the way it looks with the fur going down the back. Such a creepy design. It's a long shelf. You go down the end here. Look at it like that. That's crazy. But yeah, I might tweak this a bit, folks. It was a bit spontaneous. Just came in the room, really wanted to do something for you for the channel tonight, and ended up doing this. So I might tweak it a little bit. I'll be back with you soon. Hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Take it easy.